Exercise 1.2, question 9. Let's read this together. To stitch a shirt, 2 meter and 15 centimeter cloth is needed. So this is for one shirt, a shirt. Out of 40 meter cloth, this is the total that you have, how many shirts can be stitched and how much cloth will remain? It's a simple question, but you really have to know how to approach these because there are two units here. You have meter and centimeter both. Now these questions are best done when you get everything in a single unit instead of having double units. But then you should know how to convert from one unit to another, and for that we have this page from the NCERT book. Let us see what the book tells us. How does it help us connect meter and centimeter? So first is about millimeter, centimeter. We don't want this. Then meter and centimeter right here. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. This is what we're going to use. Let's see how this helps us. Well, if 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, then this 2 meter part that we have, how much will that be? 1 meter is 100, so 2 meter will be 2 multiplied by 100. That means this is equal to 200 centimeters. Therefore, the actual amount of cloth that you need for one shirt, that means 2 meters 15 centimeter, will become 200 plus 15. That will be the total centimeters you want. So it is 215. We correct that. This is right, 215 centimeter. This is what you need for one shirt. And now the total that you have, that is in meters, that will also have to be converted to centimeters. Everything should be in a single unit. So 40 meters will be how much? Again, if 1 meter is 100, then 40 meter is 40 times 100. So that makes it 4000 centimeters. So basically the two things that you have are these. This is the total cloth that you have in centimeters. And what is this? This is what you need for one shirt. Let's just write down in short, needed for one shirt. Now my question is, how many shirts can I stitch with the total cloth that I have? So again, if this confuses you, you can take a small example. Suppose one shirt required just 2 meters and you had a total of 10 meters of cloth. How many shirts will you be able to stitch? I'm sure common sense is helping you answer that you will be able to stitch 5 shirts because 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 5 times you will use up the entire 10 meters. How did you really get this 5? You got this by dividing 10 and 2. So you basically divide the total cloth that you have by what you need for one shirt. And that's exactly what you have to do here as well. So even now the number of shirts that we want to find out will be calculated how? By dividing the total cloth that you have, which is now 4000 centimeters, by the amount of cloth, the centimeters of cloth that you need for one shirt. Now this time it need not actually be a perfect division every time. So in our case we got a perfect 5 when we divided 10 by 2. But if it is not perfectly divisible, then whatever is the remainder will tell you that this much is the cloth that will still remain, and the quotient will tell you how many shirts you can get. So let's do this together. Let's do 4000 divided by 215. So when you start, it's 215 times 1. You do that as it is. And when you subtract this, you'll need to borrow from the 4. This is 9 and 1. So you have 581. So 185. And then the 0 comes down. And what should the next one be? Next is 215 times 8, and that is going to be equal to 1720. Now this time when you subtract, you will be left with 130 centimeters of cloth. Now you see, this that is left is not enough to make another shirt, because for one shirt you need 215 centimeters, and this is just 130. So how many shirts can you really make? You can make a total of 18 shirts. And how much cloth will remain? This much, 130 centimeters of it will still remain. So again, repeating what happened here when it was perfectly divisible, then 5 was the number of shirts that you'll be able to make without having any cloth left, any piece of it, nothing will be left. But in our current case, something is left. So our final answer, therefore, this 18 becomes, let me take it in red again, this 18 becomes the number of shirts that you can stitch with the cloth that you have, and this 130 centimeter will be the amount of cloth left. And that is what we needed to find out. We're done.